Well, a very good afternoon to you, Akisa. Actually, we expect that update in the next hour. The first update was earlier on about 10:30 this morning, so the next update should be any minute from 1:30 this afternoon. The chairman there, as you heard, explaining some of the issues this morning about the delays and how that time will be compensated when the official time for voting closes at 5 p.m. this evening. The stations where voting got underway with the delay, that time will be compensated. Afterwards, there have been several challenges that have been reported in various parts of the country, and we'll be trying to address those challenges with the IEBC CEO, Ezra Chiloba. This morning, a very good afternoon to you. Now, there have been several issues reported. In Changamwe here at the Nyayo Stadium polling station, the issues of some polling clerks giving out two extra ballot papers. How would you explain that? Where do they come from?
No, I mean, first of all, we must appreciate that Kenyans turn out in large numbers today to exercise their democratic right to vote, and we are very excited by that, and that means that we are maturing as a country. And we also want to confirm that our efforts here are to ensure that every eligible voter who shows up to vote today will be given that opportunity to vote. And that's why we said that if there are delays in terms of opening of the polling station, we'll be able to compensate that particular polling station with additional time equivalent to what we have lost. And the reason why some of the polling stations delayed are largely around, last night some of the officers were not able to put their act together in good time. And when they got at the polling station, their colleagues had already started, and there was a bit of confusion. We were able to mark that, and the specific polling stations have been addressed. The other thing I would like to point out is that there are far-flung areas like Baringo, Loima in Turkana, which are facing challenges because of heavy rains and floods. So as early this afternoon, we still had challenges in getting the materials to the right places, but we want to assure those voters there that they will still vote once the materials arrive. But all in all, across the country, the process has been smooth, except for those small areas where we had hitches in there. Now, coming back to the issue of the behavior, the conduct of clerks interfering with the process, as the chairman has said before, we are going to be very strict on such officers, and there's no officer that has been mentioned for having misbehaved that action has not been taken against him or her. It has happened in Mombasa, it's happening here in Nairobi, and whoever tries to play the system or the process, we're going to deal with them and deal with them firmly.
There is also the issue of polling clerks in Kandara who were reported to have tried to change their names to put their preferred polling clerks. Have you heard about that?
No, I mean, I may not be having that report, but we've empowered the returning officers to deal with such officers on the spot. We're not going to entertain that. Yeah.
You're talking about voter turnout, and that the IEBC is very encouraged about the turnout. Using the KIEMS system, it's electronic. Perhaps you have an indication so far. What is that turnout?
Now, how the system works is this. It's on some assumptions that at every given point, every 1 hour, all the kids will be able to send the details to the central database. And if you look at the number of kits that are active at the moment, we have just had a few of them being able to send because of the network issues. And we are getting that latest information so that we're able to update the country in terms of the turnout trends. So I cannot say in exact terms because there was a little bit of information coming in late, given some of those network challenges.
When the voting closes at 5 p.m. in those stations that it's kicked off on time, perhaps what time do you expect to see some activity here with the collating of results?
Collation at this particular point, we're interested in what we call Form 34B. And that means the constituency tallying centers will have been able to put together those forms, been able to collect the results from polling stations. So our process here will commence as soon as the constituency returning officer has finished is done with the collation and announce the final results of the constituency. So we might wait slightly longer to get the actual form, but in the meantime, we'll be receiving results as they come from the polling station. So by 6 o'clock, we should be seeing the dashboard changing, with numbers coming in. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much and all the best. There was the IEBC CEO Ezra Chiloba saying that among the challenges reported this morning involving IEBC official, IEBC clerks, that action will be taken against them. There is that issue in Kandara. Polling clerks reported to have tried to change their names to their preferred clerks who can monitor their activity according to the parties they are aligned to. There is an issue in Changamwe. Our reporter at the coast informing us that the clerks there were issuing double, or I would say extra ballot papers to the voters, that the IEBC is saying action will be taken. We are waiting for another briefing, the second briefing of the day by the IEBC anytime from 1:30 p.m. Back to you.
All right, we'll definitely be coming back to you at about 1:30 or thereabout. Our senior reporter, Rita Tinina, keeping tabs on the goings-on at the Bomas of Kenya, which is the National Tallying Center. Well, our reporter, Ashley Mazuri, has also been traversing all their 5 Embakasi constituencies, now joins us with an update.